Coming to get you, Bobber.
Hi guys, my name is Barry and welcome back to the channel. We recently done a trailer reaction to the amazing trailer for Halloween Kills, and I did promise that we're going to do some sort of trailer breakdown, and this is where it's going to be today, a trailer breakdown. You're not going to see much of my face because I'm going to have the trailer, well, images of the trailer at least, to break down what I can. Again, I don't know anything, I'm just going in blind. I'm just looking at what I think may happen from the screenshots that we see. There could be spoilers in this. I'm not intentionally spoiling anything. I'm just guessing from the images that I've got. You've also got as well, so there's nothing that we're spoiling. We're just speculating today. So if you don't really want to know anything, or if you haven't seen the trailer itself, then probably don't watch this video, because I'm going to be breaking down as best as I can, frame by frame, not the full trailer frame, but as the key frames that I can see in the trailer at least, that I think are worth talking about, and then we'll kind of analyse it all the way throughout, and that's it. So we're going to get straight into the fireman, because obviously the first 20 seconds or so we already saw in previous clips. But the fireman one is quite a clever one. I'm pretty sure some of my viewers maybe even suggested this, where the heat caused the floor to be unstable. I'm sure the fireman should have known that, but obviously it's just a movie. So one of the firemen fell down and he obviously met his death, I'm assuming. And then I just love this shot here of the fireman putting his hand out to his colleague, saying like, reach for my hand. And you just knew that it wasn't going to be his colleague that was going to do it. It was going to be Michael Myers. And I just love this shot. I mean, the whole scene looks like it's going to be an incredible scene. I know you're probably thinking, well, it's all been spoiled for us in the trailer. Well, I don't think so. It's probably going to be a good 5-10 minute scene, but we'll get more into it in a second. But that just putting his hand up to that guy, it just screams Halloween to me. It just, the whole scene just looks so good. I love this shot here. I put this in specifically because you see Michael Myers coming out of the house, and you see him in the man's visor, the reflection of Michael in that guy's visor. It just looks so epic. It's hard to explain how amazing that looks. And then obviously you've got the shot of Michael changing hands with the halogen. Again, so epic. We've obviously seen kind of images of this anyway, but just seeing it in motion just looks so much better. I even love this shot of Michael coming out in slow motion, just seeing his face up close, looking at all the firemen looking back at him as well, thinking, we're going to beat you down for killing a couple of our colleagues. But obviously they can't do that. It does look like they put up a fight, and it looks like they try and attack Michael, and with his strength in this one, I'm liking that they're showing his strength in this film. You do see it in the 2018 movie, but this kind of cements how strong Michael is in this timeline, just lifting up the man with the halogen. And obviously they give it a good try. They get their weapons, well, their tools out to try and get Michael back, but he fights back and kills him in some brutal ways. And again, this is just one of many shots where you see Michael in the foreground, and then the background's all blurred out. Nice depth of field. The shots are just beautifully shot. Here's an interesting one of Alison. It could be nothing. It could be Alison waiting to see Laurie, and then just looking in some of the morgue rooms. I don't know why the blinds would be opened. I would suggest that she's looking at dead bodies of people she maybe knows. Maybe one of them could be Oscar, I don't know, but you wouldn't really have those blinds open unless someone opens them for you to identify a body. Maybe you're not allowed to go inside because you could cause contamination. So they keep you outside, they open the blinds, ask you if you can identify the body, and then they close the blinds over. So if the blinds are open, that's the reason why. She's to identify a body or some bodies. If they're nothing to do with her, then that hospital staff member should be sacked. One person we don't see in the trailer is Hawkins. We only see him in this shot here, so we still haven't confirmed if Hawkins is going to be alive or not. If he's dead, I'm still okay with that, because we'll probably see him in a flashback scene. And that reminds me, I don't think we actually saw a flashback scene, but we'll go through it. We know that the deputy guy is going to make have a bigger role in this movie. He's going to be taking over from Hawkins, if Hawkins is either dead or in hospital. Here we see the aftermath of what Michael done to all these firemen, and look at the amount of bodies. It's unbelievable. Not only is it showing you the amount of bodies, you can see in the background some of the chimney stacks that are left over from Laurie's house. You go quickly to the next scene and you see Oscar as well. So it's showing you kind of what's happened so far, who he's killed so far. And again, I'm loving some of these shots, some of the dark shots. There's the deputy guy, just in the darkness talking to Laurie. It's quite, not Laurie, sorry, talking to Karen, I should say. Here's a brutal scene as well. We knew these people were going to die, and they just showed you in the trailer, and they showed you how they die. And these scenes, I don't really want to show you the scene of the woman getting the bulb put into her neck, because it's quite brutal, to be honest. So I'll show you that part. And also you see her husband getting killed in the background again. As brutal as it is, it's a wonderful shot. Here we have Laurie injecting herself with some, what I would call epinephrine. It's like the Hollywood style adrenaline rush that you get when you stab yourself. Jack Bauer does it in every season of 24. But it looks like she's obviously injured herself. We wonder, how can she get out of hospital so fast to go and fight Michael? Well, there's your answer. A little bit of epinephrine. The nurse, she was kind of built up to be nothing, to be honest. She was in the 2018 movie. She's definitely dead here. And you're probably thinking, well, maybe she just fell and she gets away. She's got a gun. Maybe she shoots and runs away. No, not at all. Because you will see shortly why. These are officers that have came to the scene. I'm guessing this is the same scene with that nurse woman. Also, Nurse Marion. When I say the nurse woman, she's dressed up as a nurse. I don't know who she is. She's probably a civilian. I thought she was maybe a police officer, but I don't think she was. It looks like these officers here, maybe some of these officers die. She gets one of the guns and tries to shoot Michael to get him away from, say, Lindsay Wallace, because she looks like she's probably in that scene as well. And Michael thinks to himself, well, you're going to die, and she dies brutally. Now here's a scene that could be spoilerific. Maybe you should stop watching this, guys, if you don't really want to know anything, but I've saw some things in this scene that are very spoilerific and quite sad, to be honest. So don't watch the rest of this if you don't want to know. You see the skull at the left hand side. That's obviously the woman that was dressed up as the nurse, because the person's wearing the nurse outfit, so she's dead. The person in the blue outfit behind her is either an officer who's had just a top put on top of him. It looks like it is an officer, or it could be a boyfriend, I don't know. But it looks like it's one of the sheriffs, one of the police officers that have been killed as well. There's another person in that scene, which we'll get to in a second. Here we've got Lonnie, well, not Lonnie yet, but here we've got a map of Haddonfield. Lonnie's talking about the history of Haddonfield. This tells me that Lonnie's not moved out. Obviously he's still got his son Cameron there, but Lonnie probably knows a little bit about Michael Myers, probably almost as much, if not the same amount, as Tommy Doyle. And here we've got a scene of Alison in the background with Cameron and his dad Lonnie talking about Haddonfield, probably talking about Michael Myers. I don't know how big a role Lonnie's going to be playing, because as far as I know, this is the only scene that I saw him in the full trailer. Cameron, on the other hand, seems like he's got a bigger role, and it also looks like Alison has maybe forgiven him, not in a boyfriend style, but she's obviously talking to him and they're on the same side. Now here's the saddest and most spoilerific scene in the trailer. Honestly guys, I don't know why they've done this. It's still in the park, you can see the kind of bars in the background, and sadly this is Nurse Marion. Why would they show this in the trailer? And you're maybe wondering, how do you know this is Nurse Marion? Well, look at the clothes that she's wearing. She was wearing that little purple cardigan with the green shirt. It's really sad to know that we've got a major character coming back and then dying the way she did here. So it looks like she's dead. The woman dressed up as a nurse is dead, and possibly a police officer's dead as well. This also maybe confirms that Lindsay Wallace survives this scene. Here we've got Tommy Doyle visiting Laurie in the hospital. Maybe this is the first time they come into contact with each other. He's probably thinking, Michael Myers is back, how do we know this, blah blah blah. And she's obviously went through it and maybe said to him, round up the gang, we need to kill him. And this is some of the gang rounded up. I don't recognise some of the people in the background. But there you've got Tommy, Alison and Cameron getting prepared. This looks like a scene with just Cameron and Alison. Maybe Cameron saying to Alison, listen, I didn't mean it. It kind of reminds me of the scene with Brady and Rachel in Halloween 4, where Brady was caught, but he still genuinely loved Alison. he genuinely loved Rachel. Same with this scene, it looks like Cameron saying, I'm really sorry, I love you. And she's like, okay, we'll talk about it if we survive. Another nice shot of Michael Myers coming out of the darkness. And come to think of it, guys, I don't know if maybe this is one of the only scenes that could be a flashback scene. The bike at the left hand side looks really old, and then the fence near the middle next to Michael also looks old, like 1970s. And it's got that kind of blue hue in the background and that greyish, brownish hue in the foreground, similar to the look of the original Halloween. So this could be one of the only flashback scenes in the trailer. Here we have Nurse Marion being attacked by Michael, and as we know, she will meet her death, because there you go, there's the purple cardigan with the green shirt. I'm really sad. Here's a scene with Lindsay Wallace. Again, this looks like it's round about the same scene with Marion, only it seems like either she gets away or just her daughter gets away, because in the next scene you see her telling her daughter to run away, and she's obviously staying back to maybe fight Michael, or at least hold Michael off long enough for her daughter to get away. And then there you've got Michael grabbing Lindsay Wallace. So either he kills her there, or she gets away somehow. Maybe the police come and that's when Marion comes as well. I don't know. This confuses me. We see there's people fighting in the hospital. I don't know, does Michael make his way to the hospital and then everyone finds out and that's where the finale ends up, in the hospital? Or is the hospital scene at the start and Laurie gets out of the hospital to go and fight Michael? I don't know. It's very confusing, but it's good that it's confusing because I don't want to know everything. And again, this kind of confirms that Cameron's going to be a main character, where he's looking around the house for Michael. This scene is looking up, so maybe this is kind of another tribute to something like Halloween H2O. I don't know, Michael's upstairs maybe, or he's on the ceiling. I don't know, but it also looks like Cameron may die. I don't know, because in the next part we see Allison fighting with Michael as well. It looks like he's about to kill her. I don't know how she's able to hold him off for as long as she did, but somebody comes behind Michael and hits him on the back of the head or something, because that stops him from killing Allison. Don't know who it is, but somebody does it anyway. It could be Cameron. Here we've got another mob scene where people are getting rounded up to possibly kill or fight Michael Myers, similar to Halloween 4 again. And is this a distraction scene similar to the 2018 movie where Karen's kidding on that she's innocent, she's in a corner, she's going to die, and then she shoots Michael in the neck or in the cheek? And this one, she's holding the mask saying come and get it. Is he going to come and get it and somebody's going to come out of nowhere and shoot him? Who knows? Or is Karen just going to die in this scene? Lovely shot of Tommy. It looks like he's looking terrified. He's got a bat, he's got people behind him, he looks like he's ready to fight, but at the same time, he's looking like, I don't know what I'm going to do here, am I going to die here? And in the background you can see a lot of people with maybe torches, the 1600s, people with lights in the background, maybe they're coming to help. So that is my breakdown to the best of my knowledge from what I saw in the screenshots. Obviously I'm going to have missed a few things, and that's where you come in as well, guys. If there's anything that I've missed or anything that you don't agree with of what I've went through in this trailer breakdown, then leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and also let me know if I've missed anything. But as always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.